Hi guys, good to have you all back. It's Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. We are at sort of a weird angle at my desk, but that's because I really wanted to show you this treasure that I found. I found it this weekend. I did not go thrifting, guys. What did I do? I reorganized my craft room and then I stumbled upon this one that I've totally forgotten about, misplaced, and now I found it again. And it's, well, it's an absolute treasure. Let me show you. I think it's sort of a portable hanging file folder system. Yeah, it's like this sort of construction, sort of a crate without a bottom or sides. You can lift it up here. There are sort of handles here, and you can hang your file folders in them. So you can sort of pick it up and put it somewhere else in your office, or maybe put it in the back of your car and take it with you, or I don't know what's it really used for, but I loved it. I found a crate, and I think half of the file folders that are in here, yeah, not the contents, guys, that's what I added later. And yeah, I used it for a while. Now, let me tell you what I use it for. I have a small story to tell. Some of you guys who've been with me for a long time might remember that I used to have an Instagram shop. I used to have an Instagram shop called 7plaza.curiosa. Now, a lot of you guys are subscribing to that Instagram account, and that's very, very sweet of you, but it's not where I post every day. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's just 7plaza, not .curiosa. I will most likely not use that account again for selling because I closed my shop I believe by the end of last year because it was I couldn't handle it anymore, guys. It was either do the shop or do YouTube, and I've chosen YouTube. So in this file folder system are items like paper packs and lots of beautiful vintage paper treasures that I used to sell on Instagram, and these are the ones that actually didn't sell. So I have no clue what's in them. But I know I love it because I used to love it. So I'll still love it. So what I want to do is the following. I want to go through the contents of these. Yeah. See what lovely treasures I have. And then get inspired and make a little project with it. Let's see what's in them. I'm taking out the first one. These are two file folders. They're probably paper packs. Yes, they're paper packs. What I did was, these are from all different sorts of books and such, vintage ones, antique ones, with all sorts, just to get you started if you wanted to do some vintage junk journaling. So I have a map in here and some of my lovely numbers pages, and this is from a sort of a calendar. Beautiful sort of image on lovely old paper. And then some of this. This is some German old book pages. This is from a facade album, which is like, well, antique. Beautiful with spots. From some pages from nature books. I used to make poster stamps with these. The lovely German Gothic font. Some pattern paper. Yeah, interesting. Some graph paper, some sort of stationery type, another very old antique. Well, actually these are 2 pages. Oh yeah, look at that. Just wonderful. This is very old, from the mid 1800s, from the Netherlands. It's so beautiful. This is, I believe, Latin. Look at the color of the paper. Yeah. Some telephone. This is French telephone book pages. Just interesting. The music paper. This is from a very old Dutch encyclopedia or dictionary. Really cool. Vintage. Well, these are actually antique with botanical drawings in them. Love them. Some foreign language papers. And this one. These are not really old, but I do love this. Yeah. Train scheduling paper, because I love that. Yes, some more Dutch, very old paper. Some papers from a botanical book. Yeah, you can fussy cut them, and, you know. This is such old paper. It's almost like cardstock. This is very heavy paper. This is Russian, and this is Hebrew. Yes, lovely paper pack. So you could make something with it. Next one. This is from a Leonard de Vries book. a really good one of my favorites. And this is actually called Amsterdam. The book is called Amsterdam. I took it apart completely, and then I made small paper packs with them. Let me show you. Look, and then I made this lovely file folder to go with it. Yes, some decorating. Made this ages ago. Yes, and it had a whole pack of the book pages that I really, really like. Yes, these books are actually a little bit expensive, about between 10 and 15 euros. And you don't need the whole book, you just need a part of it. So I took it apart, made lovely paper packs so I could share the book with lots of you guys. Yeah, well, at that time, for a much more reasonable price than 10 or 15 euros, because basically you just need 10 pages and then you have enough. What's behind here? More paper packs, probably. Oh yes, these are all with Dutch, very old children's books pages. Yeah, with the lovely images on them. They're just gorgeous. I love the colors. I don't use a lot of children's books images, but I do like them a lot. Yeah, so it had loads. See, from all different sorts of books. Yeah, just a small children's book paper pack, just in case you were into that. Next, this is an antique sort of magazine. Yes. Timothy or Timotheus. This is from the Bible. Yes, this is like a Christian sort of magazine from 1922. So it is actually antique. And I just love all of these guys. I just, I just love them. And the paper is really nice and old. Yes, you have a lovely cowboy in here. Sort of poem, and then this. These were just smaller magazines, but I absolutely love them. And they were very cheap, guys. They were very, very cheap. So yeah, what's behind here? What's behind? Door number? Well, this says 25. Let me get things out. Oh yes, advertisement packs. I made advertisement. These are all 70s and early 80s Dutch magazines. And I took out the interesting pieces, the advertisement pieces. This is a me thing. I really love this. It's lots of nostalgia, and yeah, so I just like them. I was probably the only one that liked them, because I think I sold one of these. And I just love them. I have lots left. But that's okay, because, I still love them. Envelopes. Yes, I found boxes of these tall envelopes. I had two different sizes, the long one and the longer ones. See, they're two different sizes. Actually, really good, really great. Ooh, maybe I'll use this in the project today. So I sold sort of packs of the envelopes. What's behind here? Let's see. Oh, train scheduling paper. Yes, I made sort of packs. Yeah, this was the front of the book of the train scheduling paper. And I filled it up with all sorts of, and I did some decorating. And here the actual papers. I love train scheduling paper because of all the rows of numbers. It's really nice thin paper, and it's lovely for collaging and on backgrounds and such. So that's what I made. Guess what? I have lots left. Yeah, so I can use it and use it and use it again. What's here? Is there anything in here? Oh yes, this one was cool. Let me show you. Another sort of pack that I made that didn't sell. I don't know why, because I love it. This is actually from a wedding. The wedding from Mia and Bernard. They were married September 11, 1956. And these were their menu cards. Lovely old paper. It was embossed. Yes. In gold with the menu on it. Already a treasure. And also it had some small postcards. Well, sort of thank you notes or congratulation notes. Handwritten. Isn't that cool? From the mid-50s. Yeah, and also had like sort of a calling card. And well, two of these envelopes, yeah, with cards in them. And this was from a florist, with a card on them and with congratulations on them. So I sold these sort of small packs, and I sold none. So they're all mine. Yeah, I didn't sort of mind if something didn't sell, because everything I sold I loved, and if it didn't sell it, then I had more for me. A beautiful old magazine. This is an antique magazine. Well, almost 1936. Let's just call it antique, right? And this is from the ANWB. This is sort of the Dutch AAA. They are falling apart completely, but that's okay, because that sort of encourages you to use them. Now, I mostly like these for the advertisement pieces in the back. Absolutely beautiful. This is copper printed, in a copper print, which means it's sort of a brownish sepia color. Like, it's actually a fallen leaves color. That's why I love that color so much. Yes, so it's not black, it's not brown, it's black brownish. Yeah, so I sold these magazines that I absolutely love. And well, more for me, I guess. More for me. Okay, next. I'm hoping you're enjoying this, guys. I am enjoying myself. Oh yes, this is numbered papers. Yes, papers with columns of numbers. These used to sell really, really well. I think if I were to open my shop and sell these, you guys would all sort of jump on it. Yes, so numbers. Some more paper packs. These were from more... Oh, I sort of curled all the pages, but that's okay, because these are actually made for fuzzy cutting. Get them out. Yes. Beautiful big books. Now, the books are this thick. Yeah. So I didn't want to sell them because the shipping cost would have been astronomical. So I made packs with the lovely sort of illustrations. These are all from orchids and birds in the back. Again, this was a huge book. So I sold paper packs, very cost effective, because less expensive than buying the book, and also the shipping costs were much lower. What's in here? Oh, that's a treasure. I made antique paper packs. This is probably the last one I have left. Isn't it lovely decorating? Yes, all sorts. Some of them are also in the pack that was in the front. So yeah. What else? More foreign language sort of paper pads with lovely woolly, and it was just cute. I just like this writing. So I don't know what it is. It could be Chinese or Korean. I don't know. There we go. What's behind it here? That was the antique pack. These are... Oh, you've seen some of these. Yes, in the first paper pack. Love them. Sort of edges of whatever. Oh, these are the vellum packs. Yes. I've used this on the poster stamp album. Yes. So I sold them as well. With the sort of sleeves of the... And then inside is from the photo albums. The glassine. This is not vellum. This is glassine, love. So I have more glassine. There you go. Where did I put it? Put it back, please. Put it back, please. Now, this is you're going to have a laugh, because this is Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages. They don't make these anymore in the Netherlands. No. So I have had 2 books, and I just love it. It's yellow, and it has rows of numbers and such on it. So yeah, I really like it. This is a pack with all sorts of ledger paper. This came from a sort of a scheduling book, and it says bills, and so ledger paper, but none written on. Also not antique, more vintagey type. Some more very old. These are old. It's from 1910. Yes, I found a big book, and it had small magazines, sort of the glossy. And also there was like a matte one. And this one I actually love, because it had advertisement pieces in them. So I sold this as sort of a set. These are also lovely, guys, because there's old photographs in them. And, you know, lovely stuff. Just lovely stuff. Look at that. Yes. So I sold these packs. I have a couple of them left. I also kept some for myself of these packs, of course, guys. I didn't sell everything. More very old magazines. I made packs of these. These are from 52, 1914 and 1950. Yeah. Old paper, lovely images. Beautiful. This book was a treasure. This is a German book, a very old one. The paper is very, very brittle. So you cannot fold this into envelopes or anything. If you fold it, it will rip. See? And this is actually sort of an architecture engineering book. It has all sorts of different technical drawings. And I just love it. See, this is all with hospital beds. I don't know what it was about. But all sorts. So I sold these packs. And I'm very happy I didn't sell all of them. Because now I have more left for me. We are almost at the end, guys. The end of it is not filled. I believe this was the last one. Yes, these are all images from big calendars that you have on your wall with illustrations by Anton Pieck, which is very, very, very pretty. Oh, also, this doesn't belong here. This needs its own compartment. Telegram, congratulations telegrams for a wedding. These were all actually from the same person. Yes, I found a whole box. And these are all different ones. Aren't these lovely? Yeah, yes, I have more left. This needs its own compartment. Yeah, so Anton Pieck, lovely illustrations, lovely. I might make this into sort of a trifold thingy. We could make a trifold. I don't know. But as you can tell, lovely, lovely treasures. Now, what to make with it? I'm going to have a quick think, yeah? And then I'm going to create something. And we're back at my normal angle, at my desk. Guys, I have an idea. I want to use one of the envelopes, the longer one. This is the longest one, yeah. It's actually a document envelope. These used to hold like a really important document, like a deed to your home or your will or something very official and important. So one of these. And I just took out the paper pack, the first one, because it has such lovely papers in here and I don't know. So what do I want to do? I want to make sort of a trifold thingy with this as a closure. Probably make a small little journal in here and some pockets and lovely decorating. So lots of collaging and such. I might use some bits and bobs that I have lying around, post stamps, labels and such. I'm going to do some inking. I might do some stamping. So I'm going to use vintage photo, probably, you know, fallen leaves. Yeah, also copper print color. And glue and scissors and a ruler. Just the normal stuff, guys. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to measure it and see how we can fold this. I can do all sorts of measuring. I'm just going to fold it. I'm just going to eyeball it. I want this flap to go over and then this be the closure. So I'm basically eyeballing the whole thing. I think this needs to be a little bit more over here. Doesn't need to be precise. I'm going to do this first. This for sure. Yeah. I have it straight. And I'm going to fold this in. It doesn't need to be folded here. You can fold it a little bit further. And then all the way to this edge. Yes. So we left a little bit of room here. And that's actually a good thing because I also want to add sort of a signature in here. Yeah. And then this is going to be the closure. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be lovely. I'm going to open some stuff up, probably here on the top to have a top loading pocket here. And then here on the end to have a pocket on the side here. And this is already a pocket. So top, side, side. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Taking out a ruler and a knife for this. Yeah. Opening this up. You could sort of carefully open it, but I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut it. There we go. And then I want to cut it. I need to mark it. Let me take out a pencil. Because we fold it here, so I'm going to cut it here. Yes. And then we fold it here up until here. Piece here and a piece here. See? Now we have pocket here, pocket here, and a pocket here. I'm going to make a notch in here, and I'm going to make a notch here as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be collaging a lot on this with all these lovely papers. However, the edges will probably need a little bit of inking. So I'm going to do that in advance. I'm probably going to do it with a brush and vintage photo. So I'm going to ink all the edges everywhere. Take me a while. First make the notches. Now, I've seen Julie make a notch with the hexagon punch, and I was like, brilliant. Let's see if I have my hexagon punch. Where is it? I need to find it. The biggest hexagon punch, and I'm gonna punch instead of with my that's not it. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Yes. That was a brilliant idea, Julie. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna do it here. Through both layers, yes. I'm not gonna put it all the way half, guys, just, you know. Ooh, that's heavy paper, but it will work. Yeah, see? Totally different notch than what we're used to. I need to put this in here. Will that fit? Oh, that'll be difficult. I'm gonna do a smaller one here. This was actually way too big, but I don't care. And a smaller one here, just in the top one, not in the bottom one. Hoping this is the middle. Can't really see. Well, was enough for me. Yeah, great. So I'm going to be inking all around it, guys, first. And then we're going to collage with the lovely papers. Inked everywhere. Now I put the notches in first. Why? Because I'm going to collage on it. Then I need to make the notches probably again. But let's just see. Let's just see, guys. I'm just taking out papers and making lovely collages with them. Yeah. Now normally I'd go for my scraps, but let's just pretend we're just making more scraps. I'm not using my scissors. I'm going to use sort of straight edged paper. Yeah, squares, rectangles and such. So I'm not gonna just randomly rip. Well, I'm not even going to do it random at all. I just want to strip here. So I'm going to rip at 6, 7, 6. See, I'm just gonna glue it on, leaving a little bit of room on the edges. What am I using? Just glue stick. Just glue stick. Now I need some paper to glue on. Let me get sort of a glue book, because I just cleaned my mat, sort of, and I do not want to put any more glue on my mat. Found a page. Yes. There we go. Now hopefully I can finish this glue stick today. Because I've lost the cap. So I had to sort of roll it in and then keep it upside down from keeping it from drying out. It does work, but you know. First time that ever happened, losing a cap of my glue stick. Yeah. Okay, one of these. What else? What else? Oh, piece of this. I have such lovely papers in here, so I want some of this old paper. Yes, so beautiful, so beautiful. You just have to look at it and it will rip. I'm going to cover up the notch again. It is what it is. It is what it is. Rip a piece of this carefully, because this rips very easily. And then also here. Yeah, you don't need to ink it. Guess what? It's already a lovely color. Careful, even with gluing, you can totally rip this paper. It's so brittle. Oh, I'm so happy I found this treasure. Yeah. Now I know for sure. Oh, there's the, we already sort of made a notch here, so don't put glue here. I already know I'm gonna get a lot of questions, but you were starting up your shop again or opening a web shop and such. Yes, I've been looking into it. We seriously have been looking into it, but it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, and at this time I don't have the means for it all the time. Yes, if I were to open my shop, I'm just gonna have a piece of this on here, or this, is this tall enough? Yeah. Then I sort of, I do not need to quit YouTube, but then do a 1 video a week, or perhaps 2. And I'm sure you guys don't want this. Well, I don't want this. So there's not going to be a shop anytime soon. We have been looking into it, guys, I promise. But yeah, it wasn't working. It wasn't working for us. Which means all the lovely stuff that I find thrifting just accumulates and accumulates. This is almost a hoarder house. That's why I had to reorganize my my craft room and just put some stuff away. Definitely. It's just like, okay, do I want this? No. I'm going to redonate it. Yes. So I redonated some stuff and sent some to friends and such. Love this. Also love this. I'm gonna put this on the bottom. Yeah. That's a little bit too small. That's okay. We're gonna have a strip of something else there. So some lovely collaging. I'm going to have this upside down. Don't know why, but I'm just gonna have it upside down. Oh, I'm gonna use the other piece for somewhere else. With some lovely green. I might make some pockets on here as well. Shall we make some pockets? Do you realize you already spent like 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes on, you know, showing your treasures? Do you want this here? No. No, we want more papers. Oh, I have this lovely German paper. See, it rips like butter. It's a little bit too tall, so I'm going to, too wide, not too tall. Well, also too tall. Yes. I want this piece on here. Yay much. There we go. Yay much. Lovely. There we go. Again, putting glue there. That wasn't smart, putting the notches in first. Putting my hand in and just trying sort of to remove the glue. Yeah. And not press it here. It worked here, so hopefully it'll work here as well. Another piece. I'm gonna do some of the green here. Yeah. For some reason, I like this edge better. Took off a bit too much, but that's okay because I also love the color of the... See, now I love this part of the ink of the envelope. It's okay. That's why I inked it in advance. I might even put some washi tape to reinforce the pocket. We could. We could. Do we need to cut this? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to solve this, guys. I'm going to put this here. Yes, do we want some more of this? Do we have some more? Of course we have some more of this. I have a smaller piece. Yep. Yes. Now what are we going to decorate this with? Maybe some of the children's book images from the other paper. Oh, that's lovely. That's a bits and bobs, guys. I would keep. I am going to keep this because it's lovely. Okay, we also need a piece here. I'm going to use something sort of more sturdy. Shall we do some of the map? Love this piece. Will this be on here? Let's see if I do this. Then we need to lose a little bit of the bottom, but that's okay. We can do this. Other way around. Believe me, that works way better. Whole map, lovely colors. What part do I want to use? This part. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, guys, but that's what I find interesting. How much do we need to cut off? I'm going to mark it. Cut here. Okay. Even once in the middle. Do we want it on the outside? Yes, we do. So I'm going to put it on the outside. Glue everywhere. Is this the middle? Do we have enough glue? I don't know. So I'm just gonna put glue here just in case I didn't put on enough of the glue. Yes. So rather than cut it in advance, I'm going to cut it now on the other side. There we go. Even trying rounded corners. Yeah. Things I do on a Monday. Oh, lovely, right? Yes. Oh, that's going to make for a lovely closure. Okay. Guys, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the collaging on the back, yeah? Because I also want to show you how I do pockets and such. So I'm going to take lovely pieces of paper that I've already used and then do the same sort of collage on the back. Already looks lovely, guys. Yes, this was the inside. We did this together. I put a small strippy here because we had some room left and I just like the strippy. And then I did just sort of the same on the back. Yes, and I cut these two pieces off and then I flipped them and I put them here. So the map is the only piece of paper that we used on the flap and nowhere else. So I'm going to use the map to make some pockets. Now I want to have a signature here. There's going to be sort of a signature here, like a notepad or something like it. Yeah, there's already a pocket here, but I want to have like a slanted pocket here, like slanted pocket here, and a slanted pocket here. This is a pocket. I think I want to have a small pocket here. This is the front. No, this is not the front. I want a small pocket here. This is the front, not going to do anything to it. And then this is the back, so big pocket here. From this piece of paper. If we don't have enough, I could also use some music paper. Let's start with the big one on the back. Now, I can make pockets with gussets, but I don't think so, because I'm not going to have a lot on here, in here, because, you know, that's not necessary at all. It's going to be a big pocket, so I'm going to cut here. And how high do we want this? Sort of over here. Yeah. Let's cut this, rip this sort of straight. Let's do this straight, yeah? Here's one. So, just pocket here. Yeah? Am I going to ink it? I am going to ink it, guys. Do you want a notch? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna continue with these notches. I re-notched the notches, guys. Yes. Okay. Thinking about decorating, but I don't know what with what. I have no clue. Put it here. Not using my glue stick for this. So this is going to be upside down again. I'm using Art. Good morning, Art. Did you have a nice weekend? He's working. There we go. Yeah. I bought a new bookcase, like the IKEA Kallax. I have a couple of those. Well, I have a gazillion of those actually. I like them because they are sort of modular. You can buy all sorts of sizes and put them together to make something nice. So you'll see once I get around to doing a craft room tour. See, lovely pocket. Not a pocket here, not a pocket here. No, I'm gonna put a label there. And I wanted to have sort of a that as a pocket. Yeah. Well, apparently, yeah. Let's see. Doesn't really matter how big it is. Let's do it yay big. Yay big. And that worked. So yeah, bought a new bookcase. Especially for the books that I have double. That I can cut up. And I went through... my whole sort of craft room changed. It's like everything that was on the left is now on the right, and everything that's up is now down. So I changed completely everything. Oh, I love this. Ah, yes, I love this, love this, love this. Ooh, don't look at it. Don't. Art, what you doing, love? She crying? She crying? Why? Life is great. There we go. So now my bookcases are all organized. Organized according to what's it about. So I have a whole sort of compartment shelf full of books about birds. I have so many books about birds, it's ridiculous. I want to have another one that goes, but then it's upside down. Do we mind this? Don't know. What is that we want? No, I do not want it upside down. I do want to have this. Yeah. That's probably too big. Let's do this. Yes, cool. So all my nature books put together, all my books about, for some reason, transportation. Yeah, I have lots of those. All my antique books are together. All my atlases and dictionaries. I can tell you, I do not need any more dictionaries or atlases. No, no, no. No, I don't need anything about books, lovies. I have a whole library. Oh, that's lovely. He wants to have something sort of short here. We're going to have it upside down. Do we mind? Or this way? Yes, this way. Let's see. Hopefully this is straight. It is just a lovely small pocket here. Ooh, yes, also lovely, but no. Because this would have been upside down. Yes, pocket, pocket, pocket. Another pocket. The last one. One more pocket here, one more pocket here. What are we gonna do? One of those? Oh, but then we're missing Drenthe, which is actually the name of the county. I'm gonna do it like so. Yeah. Lovely. Yes, yes. Maybe one of you guys actually bought this paperback like 1.5 years ago. Probably. And you're like, what am I going to do with it? Well, this. You can do this. Yeah. Looks great. I'm going to ink this. I think this needs a little inking, guys. Before I do the decorating, I want to do some decorating, guys. I want to make sort of a signature, a small sort of notebook. And I'm going to use these pages. Yes, the sort of ledger type of pages thingy. And I'm just going to see, where do I want it? Here. So that you can use it as sort of a notepad. Or a journal on it. And have all the pockets to put your lovely, I don't know, ephemera in. Maybe take it with you on vacation. Is this? Well, that's the perfect size even. So just ripped one of these. Yes. Is this too tall? It is. Will we lose this bit? Normally I wouldn't. But in this case I will. Take this piece off. Oops. Maybe this is a little bit too heavy to rip. Yes, this one. Isn't that pretty? How high do we need it? Crochet high, a little bit above. Small hole there. There, over here. Yes. So we have this one, and this one. I don't think we actually need any more. Do we? Is it too tall? That's okay. It could stick out a little bit. That's actually cool. Yeah. And here. Yeah. So you open it up and then your signature is here. Do we need more? No, I'm gonna keep it like this. Use this for something else. Are you going to sew it in? I'm going to sew it in. With what? Embroidery floss? Yeah, let's. Needle. Pokey tool. Let me get some embroidery floss. I'm going for green. If I can find start somewhere. Yes, there we go. 1, 2.5. It doesn't need a lot, guys. Just a small amount. Yes, I am going to clamp it. I'm going to do this very quickly, guys, so no sort of elaborate tutorial on this, because you've probably seen me do this a gazillion times. If not, there's a playlist for beginner journals. Clamping it, putting in 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. See? We need a needle. We need a needle threader. Yeah. Or just put it in, love. Just put it in. Why is it not working? It's not working. Well, apparently we're doing 4 of them instead of 6. That's okay. It's enough. It's more than enough. There you go. Go away. Starting from the inside. I do not want the threads to go hang loose on the outside. Leaving a little bit. Yes. Putting it back in again. Don't put it here. All the way to the bottom. Yes. Pull it tight and then back through the middle. Practice this, lovies, because it is very simple. It's way more simple than you think it is. Yeah, it looks complicated, but it actually isn't. One side goes here, and then we just make a knot. A double one, so knot. Yep. Ta-da! Done. Dun. Great. Closure, also going to be very simple. Going to put in an eyelet. Eyeballing the middle, just put an eyelet in here. What's the biggest setting? I'm going to go over here. There you go. Oh, it needs to be a little bit bigger. So I'm doing the pencil twisting trick. Just twist it. Then it will fit. There you go. Is it in? Yes, because I've used green here. I'm going to use green baker's twine. Making a sort of a loop, yeah? Having a bit of a longer piece, well, a shorter piece there. Come on, it's a big hole. Yes. Both ends through. Yeah, this isn't the smartest thing at all, loves. No. I'm doing it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just confusing myself. Just cut a piece off. It'll be fine. I have enough of this and I have another roll of the green. So it'll be fine. Let's do this again. Yes, one more time with feeling. Just have a little piece hanging. Yes. Putting a loop through. Then both pieces through this loop. There you go. So not with the whole roll. Yeah. And then you take the big piece. You wrap it all around. That's way too much. See, that's way too much. That's okay. We have a lovely sort of scrap piece now. And there's your closure. Yeah. So we did the signature and the closure. Now I also want to do a little bit of decorating. If I just wanted to use the paper pack, I could sort of fussy cut. I don't have the time for this today, guys. So I have this small box on my desk with lovely labels that I made in several videos. Let's just use some of them. Let's just use, oh, this is actually really pretty already. Let's see, not this. Do some with music. Ticket, that's nice. Something that goes this way, not with the ladies. I'm not doing all the ladies. All the ladies? No, no ladies. Oh, yeah, that's a lovely one. That's also nice. Some of them are double-sided. That's nice. Oh, you have enough. You have enough, love. Okay, let's see. Where can we use those? I might add another label or two, guys. I don't know. But let's have something really lovely on the front. This also adds a little bit of color, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put her here. Yeah. Or this one. Yeah. Are you going to make it into a tuck? Yeah. I'm going to make it into a tuck. There we go. Looks lovely. We have a big pocket on the back, but we could also add a big label on it. Do you want this one? Do we have something with map? Maybe not. Maybe don't put a map on a map. I'm going to put this one on. Yeah, as another talk. Why not? You don't. What's this? I don't know. Something I stamped. You don't have to use it as a talk. Just make it into a talk, and have it just as a label or a talk. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. So we're gonna open her up. What do we have here? We have some. These are way too big to put on there, right? We can put another lovely one on the top somewhere. An oval one with the bird. Its beak is loose. And just glue his small little beak. There you go. Way too much glue. Just as a piece of decorating. Sure. I want to use up my labels so I can make new ones. Because you guys probably want me to make new ones, because that is such a nice video to do. Yes. New. What we have here. Why I keep picking up this one? Oh, that does look lovely. Yeah, and then a small one. I don't know. Taking out some small labels, guys, just to put some stuff here. I was looking for some poster stamps, and then I came across this one. This is actually a die cut from Studio. I believe this was Studio Light. Yeah, and I sort of inked it. It is too tall, but I think I want it on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have it on here. Just as sort of a decorated piece. Do we need to lose a little bit of it? It's a little bit too wide. Wide, not white. It's not white anymore because, you know. Can we scooch it in? Yes. I'm gonna put it on like so. Love this. Yeah. Does it need a green poster stamp in the background? It does. It does. Yes. There's still paper on here. So I'm going to ink it. Taking out art. So I'm covering up my lovely bit here. Yeah, okay, well, that's what happened. Well, there's still some numbers visible, so. This is the right side up, love. I'm going to do it like so. And also you're covering up the lovely Juliana. Well, almost. Almost. Glue, 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 glue. Glue-doodly-doo. It's going to stick out a little bit here. I'm okay with this. I am quite alright with this even. There's some lovely decorating already on here. Let's see, what do we want? Postage stamp and a Michelle label. Yes. Put away the glue. Yeah. Yes. Does it need a thing here? I do have some of these small labels. Arthur B. Which Arthur B? I know a couple of them. Well, Arthur B. Miller. See, like he's either a writer or something to do with movies. Oh, this is black soot. Why do I have black soot here? I don't know. I'm gonna have this here. Arthur B. Miller. Was he a writer? Don't know. Do we need... No. No, we don't. We did this one, this one, this one. We need something. Oh, yes, we need something here for sure. For sure. I have this. This also came from Michelle's kit. And then with a postage stamp. Do we have something yellow? Yellow! Banana! Well, I don't have any yellow postage stamps. Well, there are a few of them, but I don't have a lot of them. I do have this in yellow. Oh, yes. First time I'm using one of these. Yeah. Never use these. Because they're precious. Look at that. Yeah, that's real, guys. That's not a digital or anything. Those are real. Coupon book. Yes. Oh, it's actually for gasoline. Yep. And then this one here. Is the right setup? Well, that's the right setup. Yeah. Yes. Does it need anything else? Don't think so. Does this need? This needs a well, this. I think it does need something. Changed my mind. Yeah. Need to ink it though. It needs to stand out a little bit more. I do not want to touch these numbers. Yeah. Oh, I think we're done. Guys, I think we're done. I'm gonna have a quick, of course I'm going to have a quick look at it. And then we'll do the flip through, sort of. Yeah. Of course, I added a couple more things, just a couple things. And I filled the small pockets. Guys, I have like sort of a box full of these ephemera pieces that I cut from digitals. From all sorts. These are from Michelle, the Junk Journal Studio, Tracy Fox, Tina Shabby-Dabby-Doo-Da, Rach and Bella, whatever. And mine, some of mine. Yes, I also sometimes make some digitals. So yeah, open it up like so. Yeah, what did I add? I added old rye whiskey. And you could put, you know, if you want to, you can put these in. I want to. See, because there's another tuck. And I put bingo there. This will make no sense at all. I just put stuff on. That's actually, yeah, doesn't make any sense. But that's the beauty of it, I guess. You open it up. Yeah, I put something here. And I did not fill the big pockets. And I put this in the pocket here. Yes, over here I put these two in. Again, I did not fill the big pockets. You can fill them with anything. And then we have the signature. I put this on this part of the signature. And when you look at the other side, it needed strawberries. I don't know why. It just needed strawberries, like this needed a rooster. 2 small tickets again. They don't make any sense at all. 2 small ones here. Just really cute, right? Yeah. And then on the back, no, I just put 2 of these in. I didn't add anything else. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I am sorry, a long video again, but hey, I just really wanted to show you my sort of the treasure that I found at my own home. Yeah, go look for it. Go look for treasures at home. I'll be back again tomorrow, guys, with another video, with another project. No idea what, but I'm hoping to see you there. Until then, bye, guys.